Your children are gone. The house is on fire. There's a bullet in your best friend. Their lifeless body is being dragged to a mass grave, and your husband just disappeared. This is what many mothers experience in Ismail Bea's town, located in Sierra Leone. Well, your children are most likely either dead or being given AK-47s to fight with the rebels. They could either be forced to fight for the rebels or be forced to fight for the government. Either way, they would more than likely be given a cocktail of unknown addictive drugs on a daily basis. This is the life of a child soldier. Here are some UNICEF representatives to talk about child soldiers.
Thank you, Mike. As he just said, we are representatives of UNICEF. I'm Anthony Minato, and this is Don Gatto.
As Mike referenced a moment ago, we're focusing on the story of Ismail Bea, who was thrown into a world of death and violence only at the age of 13. He fled from his town and was saved by government officials. But those government officials only handed him an AK-47, a cocktail of unknown drugs, and then ordered him to go shoot at any rebels he could find.
After we at UNICEF took Ishmael and his friends from the war zone, they were placed in schooling, to which Ishmael was slow to adjust. During his time, he was brainwashed into believing his squad was his family and his gun was his best friend and provider for him. After a while, he was fully rehabilitated and was traveling to the UN headquarters in New York City to speak on the issue of children being forced to become killers.
Here we have an interview from Ishmael himself describing his time as a child soldier.
Then I came to understand that people had a very romantic notion of war and violence in itself, and that they had very little understanding of what that really means to people and how that deeply affects people. That it only brings about suffering and nothing more. First of all, before the war, I had a really simple, remarkable childhood. I was separated from my family, and I started to see firsthand what this war was really doing to people. I started seeing, mothers running down with their babies behind their back that had been shot that they didn't even know because they were running from this war. Fathers carrying their dead sons in their arms. This landscape that I had grown to love as a child became very scary. There was a strong sense of distrust, especially for young people, because they were being recruited and forced to participate in extremely violent acts in this war. So because of that, being a young person became very difficult in this country. The life of a child soldier is basically you go out, you shoot people, and you do whatever the commanders want you to do. If not, they will kill you. And then you're fed drugs. And then there's always ways of killing people in front of you to desensitize you. You give them more drugs after that. You watch Rambo films, just a way to keep you in this madness.
Thank you so much for that, Don.
No problem.
And this past Wednesday, there was an article released detailing the stories of two 13-year-old child soldiers. They had been fighting for ISIS for about 2 months before being captured by the Al-Qaeda group. Members of Al-Qaeda interrogated the boys, revealing that ISIS has more than 600 child soldiers in the city of Deir el-Zor alone. From the span of August to November of 2014, ISIS had already recruited 800 child soldiers, some as young as 5 years old.
If we pursue relief efforts for many more instances of this practice, then it would greatly promote world peace and provide the United Nations with better reputation in peace efforts. Thank you for listening. I'm Don. This is Anthony. We're going to take you back to Mike now.
Thank you both so much. Now here's what you can do to help. For just pennies a day, you can help save these poor children from a life of a child soldier. Just call 1-800-SAVE-THEM. That's 1-800-SAVTHEM right now to start helping these poor children. Thank you.